Today, we will be taking a look at this reproduction M8 grenade launcher for the M1 Carbine. Available from Sarco Inc. for $89.95 US at the time of filming. It does not come in any special packaging and was shipped in this bag with a light coat of oil. This is a metal reproduction of the second pattern launcher, which uses a coil spring for projectile retention. The launcher was adopted in 1943 and used for the remainder of the M1 Carbine service life. The only removable parts of the launcher are the wing nut and the retaining spring. So how does it compare to an original? The top launcher is an original produced by Knapp and Monarch. There may be some variation between original manufacturers also. The overall length is the same, and the outside diameter is a few hundredths of a millimeter larger than the original. The cutout for the front sight post is slightly smaller on the reproduction. The spring seems a bit small, being smaller than the outside diameter of the launcher, and thus will not provide any friction on the projectile to retain it on the launcher. As for markings, the number fonts are slightly different, and there is no manufacturer or model mark on the reproduction. Workmanship and machining quality is not as high as the original, and with this, I think the quality control becomes a problem. As for fitment, the launcher I received does not fit. The clamp will not fit behind the front sight post. The smaller cutout will not allow the launcher to set back far enough. I contacted Sarco about the issue, and they quickly issued a return authorization to send the launcher back and receive a replacement. After receiving the replacement launcher, I saw that it had a noticeably larger cutout than the first launcher I received, and is closer to the original, the cutout only being a few millimeters smaller than the original. The workmanship and machining on the hinge of this launcher appears to be worse than the first launcher received though. The larger cutout does allow the clamp to fit behind the front sight post. But the clamp screw and nut will not fit in the notch on the clamp, so it still does not fit. This appears to be because the clamp is a little too wide, the cutout on the clamp is not centered, or a combination of both. Here we see the clamp is slightly larger than the original on one side of the cutout. As for the fit of a projectile on the launcher, the outside diameter of this launcher is again a few hundredths of a millimeter larger than the original at the muzzle. But the number 5 ring is a few hundredths larger than the muzzle. I was not able to get Sarco's reproduction M23A1 to seat beyond the 6 ring. This was the same for an original M11A4 practice rifle grenade. It should also be noted that the original launcher fits on the carbine without issue, and both of these projectiles fit on the launcher without issue. I again contacted Sarco about the issue of the launcher not fitting on the carbine. They informed me they did test fit the launcher on our sample firearm, and we did not have any issues attaching the launcher. I do not think sending out another replacement is ideal based on the issues that you are having. They offered to send another return authorization for a refund, which I accepted. I was hopeful this would be an option for display or practical use of the M1 Carbine and its rifle grenade accoutrements at a substantially lower cost than an original launcher, which go for several $100s. While the reproduction looks pretty good, unfortunately it seems like the quality control on these launchers is substantially lacking. After receiving 2 of these and neither of them fitting, I cannot say this is a good purchase and worth your money. But if you are interested, a link to the launcher is in the description below. It should be noted that Sarco's customer service was helpful and professional while working through these issues. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting or helpful, go ahead and give the video a like and subscribe to the channel, and let us know what you thought or like to see with a comment. If you would like to support the channel, you can become a member on Patreon or YouTube, or a subscriber on Player. Links to these are in the description below. For more information on historical firearms, head on over to historyandfirearms.com.